Yeah.
Recording.
This is like
on
nervous? Wax.
It says recording in studio, kid. You can't hear me. I don't know. Yeah. We're recording in studio, kid. Y'all listen to this. We got the morning. Yes. Hold on. We need to hit this. Yeah. Okay.
All right. We're going to take the glasses off.
Yeah, you are. It's giving not Clark Kent. Okay.
Wow.
Black Superman.
Brutally honest.
Wait, let's be for real.
The
There's a Black Superman, right? Am I crazy? Is that a movie? It's Idris Elba. No?
Yeah.
Yes? Stop speaking when I'm speaking. I could have sworn there was a Black Superman.
Shoot.
Maybe I've seen it on like the dark web, like the Reddits and things like that. Okay, welcome back to Revel Culture. This is season 2, episode 3. And I have the one, the only, the tall, dark, mysteriously handsome Quincy. Go!
Thank you. Love Yes. I'm so glad to be here.
Some of you guys don't know who this is.
Long time coming.
Just kidding. If you don't know who this is, you have been under a rock, and that's fine, Patrick. But welcome to planet Earth. This is my...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought something was on my elbow, and I almost lost my mind. This is my boyfriend, my best friend.
Yes.
Same
to you.
We're just through hand signs in case you're not watching the video. My PIC. So we're going to get started. Oh, my God. Sorry. It's very early in the morning. We've been up since 7:30. We have a pool party tomorrow. He is doing some
We're doing
pork shoulder.
Pork shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16-hour cook.
He's got to let it brine, marinate, all the things.
Yeah, we got to get the chicken marinated today.
Mm-hmm. It's a sight to see when the sun is like shining through the windows and you see this tall, sexy black man in boxers in your kitchen prepping some pork shoulder. It just really makes you count your blessings before you even wake up.
I'm glad that was a sight to see.
Okay. So cute. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your age, your sign? Where did you come from? Let's get the tea.
Age, sign. Okay, we're 30. 31's coming right around the corner next month. And sign is Leo. We are Leo.
And you're from Tucson, Arizona, born?
Yeah.
Raised there a little bit?
I mean, kind of. Was born in Tucson and then left when I was about 5 or 6, and then was in Las Vegas till I was about 13-ish.
Fun.
And then moved back to Phoenix, lived there for a year, and then when I was 14...
Phoenix, not Tucson.
Not Tucson.
What was in Phoenix?
My mom.
Oh.
I moved back to Phoenix.
Why'd she do that? Just curious.
I don't know. I'd
Dang.
have to ask her.
That's a question you got to ask her for real. We have a few questions because apparently she also went on a date with Mike Tyson. Okay, moving forward.
Moved back to Phoenix, and honestly, I probably do know, but I don't remember. Was there for a year. That was fun. And then left and then moved in with my dad when I was 14. And then lived in Tucson from there to about 19.
Yeah, so you're a Tucson guy.
Yeah. I feel like I learned a lot in Las Vegas, though. A lot happened.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because you say Las Vegas, and as an adult, we're all like, I'm sure you did. But as a kid, it's like, wait, no, what did you learn?
Well, it was just, I had a lot more freedom in between 6 and 13. I had a lot of freedom. I was outside as much as a kid could be outside and was doing outside things, we seen drugs. We seen. I
was like,
a bunch of stuff.
Hookers. Like, let's get to the point.
We had a lot of adolescence activities. Fights. And
were you doing these adolescent activities, Quincy?
No, I was not doing drugs.
You were a good boy.
Yeah.
We love good boys.
Yeah, drug free.
I was not a good child, but it's not my turn to talk.
You're
I definitely wasn't doing drugs at 6. In case any parents were listening, I'm not Drew Barrymore, but I was a little rebel child. Anyways, you're also a rebel child. Your mama's got 6 kids, 7.
She has 6, yeah.
6 kids, and you're right smack dab, kind of near the top actually, but still You have two older siblings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
so
oldest.
you are middle, but as the totem pole goes, you're near the top of the middle. So
Yeah.
you are a
Third
middle
oldest.
rebellious child with a sense of leadership. It must be nice.
Well, I kind of got a good little mix because until I was like 12, 13, I was the youngest.
Yeah.
And then once 12 hit, 13 hit, I wasn't the youngest anymore. Two new ones had come in on both sides of my family.
That is so crazy how similar we are in almost everything, because I was the youngest until I was 8. And then baby brother was born and I was like, damn. But I loved him, so it was all good.
Yeah.
It was someone to play with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still someone to play with.
Yeah.
So.
It was.
Yeah.
It was great.
So what are you doing now? Talk to me, like, what's your day-to-day look like? What is your entrepreneurial, like, I didn't say that word right, and we're just going to skip over that. No one's going to talk about it. Moving forward.
You don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but everyone else doesn't.
I'm kidding.
Tell me the tea. I am your hostess with the mostest.
Right now we're focused on social media, getting the body right so that we could just dive fully into modeling. We've done the improv for acting, so we're gonna tell the model agency we're going down the path of acting as well. And then I also do course logistics for a marathon company out in California. So they travel everywhere, setting up run marathons or Ironmans. I have an Ironman in 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Going to Salem, Portland.
That
That
sounds
should be
beautiful.
interesting.
It sounds beautiful, but we've looked it up already, guys, and it looks quite boring.
It looks very ominous.
They need your energy there.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Woo woo. We'll pray. We'll bring you
yeah.
some holy water just in case we need it.
Yeah. But that's fun.
Okay.
That's fun. Gets me out traveling.
Yeah.
Love it.
When you were younger, let's say you were graduating college, what was the dream for you? What did you want to do?
Oh, I wanted to be an NBA superstar.
Yeah. No extra audios.
We are a rookie in this. We're not seasoned vet.
Like I'm talking to Finn. NBA superstar. And what happened? Why didn't that happen? Because honestly, looking at you and seeing the way that you play on the Saturday mornings and the hustle that you have and the love that you have for basketball, I personally love to watch it. It's infectious. But it feels like you should have been an NBA superstar.
Yeah.
What had happened?
Yeah. We had the good old black dream. And then injuries happened.
Damn.
Tore the ACL and meniscus. Tore the ACL twice in my left knee, and then tore both sides of the meniscus the second time, as well as turning the ACL the second time. So, yeah, after the second time I tore it, I don't know if anybody's torn their ACL or meniscus alike.
God. Yeah, but it's the whole back of your muscle, am I right? Or your leg, right? What is it?
No, it's your knee. It's kind of like ACL's kind of the rod in your knee that kind of keeps your knee stable.
Fuck.
And so when that breaks, it kind of
ow, ooh,
you kind of have a wobbly knee.
Did you know instantly when it tore? Like you're like, this is my ACL. It's a wrap.
I mean, yeah. Every time it happens, you kind of know instantly. It's kind of like a pop, kind of like a shock.
I meant not like obviously he's in pain. Sorry, let me explain. I meant instantly you're like, oh, that's my ACL. You know what I'm saying? I've never broken a bone, so I can't be like, I knew immediately the bone was broken.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I think the first time I tore it, I was like, I didn't really know what the ACL was.
Yeah.
But people were like, where is it? And then instantly they're like, oh, yeah, it's probably your ACL.
Yeah.
And it's popped, and the way you did it, and the way I tore it was just like, yeah, that's ACL. And I don't know if you've ever torn your ACL, but you have to learn how to walk again. You literally have to build back your leg muscles. You're not even able to bend your knee. You literally have to work on bending your knee again.
And you did this twice.
Yeah, doing that twice. And so your mind kind of goes insane for a while, and you're like on bed rest for at least the first 2-3 weeks.
I mean,
and just taking pills.
Your mama had to help you
pills.
bathe. That's how bad it was. Like you were back to square one.
Yeah, and the first time I was doing it all by myself in a new
sorry.
city, didn't know anybody.
That's
And
awful.
So, After the second time I tore it, I was like, if I tear my stuff again a third time, I might lose my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, we're gonna hang up.
We almost went to a trampoline park and when his little sisters were here with us for a week, and he was like, I want to go jumping. I was like, no, I'm respectfully, I'm not trying to be your mama right now, but let's not and say that we did. Because the second time it tore, you were on a trampoline, correct?
Yeah, so I tore it the first time, and then 6 months later, I was
You did it in 6 months?
No.
Okay.
6 months later, kind of. I mean, 7 months. 6 months later, I was cleared, and I was able to hoop again full speed. And I think after that, I tweaked it, and I was like, that was weird, but we're not gonna concern ourselves with that.
Oh, sweet boy.
Kept hooping, and then I was working a kids camp during the summer when I was in college, and so we went to the trampoline place like 3 weeks after that, and tweaked it there on the trampoline, and I was like, oh, don't like that. And then we tried to play that next season, and we tore it again. Tore the ACL. Ended up tearing the ACL.
That is insane. Okay, all right, we're gonna get into some of these questions.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for submitting all of your questions. I hope we're gonna skip over. I'm gonna tell you this right now, you guys. We are not gonna answer. Don't ask the when is he gonna propose question, because do you think I want to know that? No, it's supposed to be a surprise. Right. So you asking the question is just so pointless, and it's like a waste of. Why did you ask him? Like, ask him his favorite color, for the love of God. Moving on.
I always just put emojis to that. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm literally like,
give it up.
I don't even want to know that.
I mean, we got some juicy questions.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to touch on first, or do you want me to just pick?
I mean, there's one that's just blaring out to me is like boob job. I mean, I don't know if we should.
Yeah, when did you get the boob job, Quincy? God.
I mean, this is Q&A questions, not.
Okay, well, I'll answer. I got the boob job almost 10 years ago in August of 2014. So.
And we love those. We love those guys.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot to me. My ex said he would leave me if I got them done, and I was like, please do, as I'm doing it anyway. And he didn't, and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. So if a guy is like, don't do it, you're gonna look like a porn star, he's literally lying to your face, and he wants to see them too. So
I literally will fall asleep on caressing them.
Yeah.
Holding the whole full palm.
And it's not.
Gotta keep them.
I mean, they're kind of old. They're like 10 years old, so they don't feel plastic, and they didn't feel plastic when you get them done either. I encourage you to do it. I was always gonna wait until after kids, because I'm like, they're gonna deflate me. Can you imagine? This is 10 years later, and I would have had I had very lopsided boobs. Okay, I would have been very insecure for a very long time. I'm so glad I didn't wait. Don't wait.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Okay. Is there anything else? No?
I mean, we could just do all these questions. I mean, the first one
Go for it.
I have is, I won't say any names, but did y'all ever have any issues with sex drive compatibility? Who wants it more often? LOL.
Absolutely no problems there. If anything, I would say I want it more often, but we don't have problems. I'm not being withheld unless he's gone for 2 weeks for his damn marathons, but I'm not being withheld from it for days at a time. So
yeah,
I'm not I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm so happy.
We're pretty regular.
But honestly, no, because I feel like regular for most people is once a week. We don't have kids. We also just we both have sex drives.
No, I meant we're pretty regular. We regularly
have sexual
intercourse.
Yes. And we do. I mean, TMI. I hope really no parents are listening to this, but if you do, your son is very happy, and so am I. But we do spice things up. I brought ice cubes to the bedroom just a few nights ago. That was great. Honestly, 10 out of 10 experience. The only thing is when it gets too cold in certain areas, remove the ice cube, because now it's just numb and it hurts. You know what I mean? When something gets too cold and it's painful.
It's a little uncomfortable.
This dude cold plunges, so he doesn't understand the cold and painful vibe. He doesn't get that. It was hot.
It was.
We've got.
So compatibility wise, we do. We like to add stuff in there.
We keep it fun. Yeah, I don't want to be bored.
Some warm lubricants.
Yeah.
Some pop rocks.
Oh my God, those are fun. They're called cock rocks, you guys.
Those are nice.
Usually when we're out of town, we go to a sex shop. It's a weird tradition that we have. So in San Francisco, we did this, and they were cock rocks. And I remember being little and always wanted to make out with Pop Rocks in my mouth. But then I see these things, and I'm like, oh, 10 out of 10. So now I'm giving this dude guap guap 360. I don't know what you call it.
The hawk tour.
With the hawk tour, yeah, with some Pop Rocks in my mouth, and that was fun. Like, that was fun.
Yeah.
So absolutely no problems there, you guys. Let's see. How long did it take for you to trust Q after being in your toxic relationship with your ex? That is, I mean, I feel like I didn't start feeling safe to answer that question, like safe, where I'm like, I can trust him until almost year 2. So why are you laughing? So like maybe, how many months are there in a year? Hold on.
12.
18 plus 3 equals 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so early. So 21 months, I think. Because it was like 3 months before our 2-year mark. And I remember this, it was like right after I met his family. So it was last Christmas, y'all. And I was like, I think I can trust him. I think I can stop worrying about if his phone dings. Like, such anxiety, it's crippling anxiety, because that was always a bad sign for so long that I'm like, okay, I think I can breathe. And but even then, like, sometimes I still find myself, but it's a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious lack of trust that I have. So he'll ask me recently, he was like, why did you pick this? Like, I don't remember what it was, some kind of cracker or something. That's probably not what it was, but why'd you pick this cracker? And me, I'm immediately thinking, he's like, why not something else? Like, why did you go with this one? Like, ew. Like, that was the energy. And so I started defending myself. He's like, no, I just wanted to know. And so that's a subconscious thing that I need to work on, because I'm so used to being on the defensive. Whenever I do something that I want to do, it was like always questioned, because it was just, let's not do what you want to do. Let's do what I want to do. So, but that's like not, I wouldn't call that a trust. It's like it's a different level. I think it's deeper. I have to dig deep.
Yeah, I don't know if that has to do with trust. It's kind of just a PTSD of some sort.
The PTSD is so fucking real. But yeah, that's my answer to that. It just takes me a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't trust this species very well.
And I mean, you're not gonna get out of it until. I mean, trusting someone is kind of like a drug. If you're not trusting somebody, it's kind of like a drug, to where
it keeps you safe.
Yeah,
Trusting someone. I feel like trusting someone makes you unsafe. It makes you feel unsafe. It's unfamiliar. You're out of your comfort zone. I have to put my faith in you when you're a human being. Hell no. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I mean by that is, like, when you're not trusting someone and you continuously not trust someone, your actions and how you don't trust them continue to grow and grow and grow in different ways.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And until you are with someone, or you're doing something, or you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And literally, like, going cold turkey and just trusting that person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way to, like, kind of break that.
See, and I disagree with that. Well, no, I do kind of agree a little bit, where I'm just like, I had to just see it, like, fuck it, just trust him.
Yeah, and that's
but
what I mean.
The proof of the trust had to be built over time. Like, oh, okay, I can trust him. Oh, okay, I can trust him.
Yeah.
But it's scary. It's like doing a cold plunge. I'm not here for it. It's shock to
That's
the
like seeing the
senses.
results. You have to see some results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where's the one where it's like asking about, everyone thinks that I'm the only one who came from a toxic relationship. And I just want to clear the air so fucking bad. Because I'm not. Q, you had a toxic relationship before, and he's just not actively talking about it on social media like I am.
It's just never been me.
That's okay.
This is hard for me.
I'm a big yapper. I also like to feel community. It makes me feel like safe.
Yeah.
So I'm super vulnerable.
I mean, I wish I did.
Okay, well, let's start. Tell me about your toxic relationship in the past and action.
Yeah, I mean, it was very toxic. We're talking toxic to where the other person invites you out to the strip club and they mad that you're looking at women in the strip club. Toxic. I'm talking actively putting themselves in situations that might not be what they want.
Right. I mean, Because she thinks it's going to make you happy, but really it's going to drive her insane. So if it's going to make you crazy, don't do it.
I don't even know if it would make me happy. The way it happened was her and her friend wanted to go. Her and her friend wanted to go to the strip club, which I'm like, go, cool, have fun.
Yeah.
But she was like, I really just want you to come with me. And I'm like,
Hey.
I'm cool. Like,
wait, so you knew. You were like, no, that's cool.
And she just kept pestering me to come.
No, that's crazy.
I in fact intend to go because she's just pestering me. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go. And within like 10 minutes of sitting there,
yeah,
I could just see the blood boiling. And I'm like, what do you expect me to look at? Like, there's no TVs in here.
You need to be on my phone and just be like, yeah. Right. Like, you're also a people watcher. I know you. You're a people watcher.
Yeah.
And if the girls don't have any clothes on, like, what else? You gonna stare at the wall? Like, it's not your fault they don't have, you went to a place with no clothes on.
So that one ended out in a very...
Well, let's talk about the birthday story, because that one was...
Ooh, the birthday story.
Listen, the reason why I bring this up is because when I met him, sorry to cut you off, he was like, I don't enjoy celebrating my birthday. And y'all know me. Like, and if you don't, I fucking love birthdays and I love throwing surprises for the people that I love. Like, it's your day. It's better than Christmas. Like, we're going to be litty. And so he's like, I don't like it. And I was like, also, this man is a Leo. And I was like, bitch, please. Like, why are you lying? He's like, no, I just don't enjoy it. And I'm like, that's cute. Where you're going to start enjoying it. But then he told me what had happened. So
yeah, I mean, with my ex, we were off and on for about 4 years.
You told me 5.
Like 4 or 5 years. We were strong for like 2 to 3 of those years. Off and on for like the last 2. And almost every year when my birthday came around, she was a Gemini. I don't know if that helps anybody.
But also young, early 20s. In your early 20s as a female, you're hella emotional. You are going to be crazy. It's cool, baby. You'll grow out of it.
Yeah. And she definitely didn't like the attention not being on her. I think a lot of that was. And yeah, so every time when my birthday came around, we would be fine up until my birthday week. What? And then stuff just starts happening. And every time on my birthday, she would start the wildest argument. We would start the craziest argument. We'll talk about the one in Tucson. I went back to Tucson, and it was when I think I had torn my ACL or something, and I got cleared, and I was able to walk again, and then I was gonna have a birthday with my friends. Literally, I'm going out with my friends. She's driving me to their one of my friends' apartment. I go, as we're parking to let me out, I go, oh yeah, there's a couple of them right there, and it was 3 of my guy friends and like 1 girl that's like in our group. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that's my boys right there. Oh yeah, you can let me out right here. This is where we're at, because I've never been to this apartment. It was my friend's house. Yeah. Lets me out. Cool. I walk to the apartment. No service in this apartment. Damn. It's like it's underground. Like, you had to go down to get into the apartment. It was weird. No service. It took me a minute to realize that, and then to get on the internet. And in between that time, she's blowing me up. I finally get service hooked up to the internet, and I just see all these messages like, you mother, you, oh my God, if you got girls there, I'm coming, I'm on my way. She's literally circling around trying to find her way back because she just thinks there's girls there, and then I'm not responding. And I've just done the wildest thing. So, like, you had me drop you off.
My question, did you do anything to warrant this crazy behavior? Did you cheat on her?
No.
Where did this crazy behavior come from?
I could not tell you.
See, because anytime I ever acted crazy, I want everyone to know. And if you listen to the past episode, there was the fucking reason. I was always so cool and so chill. Like, I'm go with the flow to my bones. I'm DNA, just like, cool, whatever. But if you do something that warrants crazy, you gonna get crazy. Like, hello. Yeah. Especially in my early 20s, so you didn't do nothing.
Nothing. Her ex was cheating on her left and right.
Okay, but she was also cheating on you left and right towards the ends? Or do you think maybe even at the beginning? Or not the beginning, but like middle? I wouldn't say left and right. But she definitely had some stuff on the side. That's crazy, dude.
Towards the end, really, for real.
Yeah.
But like when we were off and on, I don't believe so. Just maybe when we weren't on, she was definitely talking.
So when did you realize you're like, I can't, this is not it for me. I can't do this.
I do think it was a lot of projecting that she was doing.
Yeah.
But to end that story, 'cause it's crazy. She was circling the block. She was driving so crazy that a police officer was chasing her or something. She had to like go into an alley because in Tucson there's a lot of alleys.
Yeah.
And you had to like go in an alley and turn the lights off.
What the fuck?
Person. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I finally was able to talk to her. I was like, you literally dropped me off. You saw my friends. Like, there's no guys there. I was like, I just don't have service. And she was not hearing it.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That night ended up she was like, I'm gonna drive back to Texas and I'm leaving, and just causing a whole big mass
for your birthday
at the house and late at night.
Yeah. And then I remember there was another story where she like set up balloons and you didn't.
Oh yeah.
You didn't respond correctly to your presents, which is so goofy.
Yeah, because my sister had just given me like the sweetest letter.
It's not even the sister thing. Also, maybe yes, but you in general, you just like it takes you a moment to soak in your emotions and then just be like, hey, thank you. You also don't show. You're not gonna like, oh my God, if you get the best present ever. You're just like, you're so calm and just chill, and then it really takes you a second. So she just she was upset that you didn't give her immediate praise and gratitude.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah. She like put something on the wall, balloons on the wall, and like spelled something out. And now I didn't see it until like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap, you
didn't see the balloons until 10 minutes in. You're such a dude.
Like, oh snap, like, oh you even did da. And she's like, yeah. I did.
Yeah, fuck you. And then
I was like, wow.
Fuck you and fuck your birthday. And burst of balloons that starts popping up.
Yeah. So the whole next 24 hours, I'm just yeah, it was a thing. But
so when did you know? Because I feel like if you're with someone for 2 or 3 years, you're like, okay, this is my person. I'm probably gonna marry you.
When did I know what?
That she was not the person you were gonna be with.
I think I tried. I think I really might have like wanted her to be that. I could see the potential.
Yeah.
And I know my dad's side of the family like really liked her. Albany really liked her, so I was like, I'm trying, and I'm like, it's kind of close. It's really would just change,
she would just
but
chill. Yeah.
And it never happened. So I would definitely say, when we took the longest break, that was like after 3-4 years, we took like a year break, because we were just in different places, different cities, and we were just like, I was just like, we need to be done. I was like, I'm gonna give it an honest shot this last time.
Yeah.
And I tried, and it, after I quickly knew, after like 2 months of that, I quickly knew, like, this is not, it's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna change.
My poor baby.
We thought you grew. You know, every time you go on a break, and then you get back with that person. Yeah. You think, because they always give you I've done a lot of growing. Like, I've did this. I've done this. I'm not even that person anymore. And you're like, okay. Yeah. And then it's very quick. They'll show you that they did not change that much.
Yeah, I did one break with my ex because I'm not an off and on bitch. If you say you're off, okay, cool. Fuck you. But I did the off and whatever. And then he was did that complete, just like 180. He did all the things that I was asking him to do with therapy and and then within like 3 months, I just went through my old diaries again. I like caught him doing the same shit. And I was like, bruh. Yeah. Ref.
Yeah. I think you need a longer time to actually change, and I think you need something to really happen in your life.
Yeah.
To really change, and even then, you don't change all that much.
Yeah. So when you started dating me, I gave you some of these red flags. I'm gonna put quotes around that because I don't think that they were like that red flag, like that. I was just emotional.
You give me signs.
You're so fucking annoying.
Give me signs.
But I mean, yeah, I definitely had trust issues. Duh. And so we would get into like he had Snapchat, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I hate Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat anymore. I don't care about it. And he'd be like, I have it for friends and family, and I'm like, oh yeah, buddy, what a line. Okay. So we're like beginning of the relationship, and I'm like, who's snapping you? Can I see? And like I would test him because I needed to know if he was willing to show me his Snapchat like recents or history. Cool, then I trust you. But if he's like, no, fuck you, fuck that, like it's a wrap, bitch. But for him, I think me asking was a red flag, correct? Because you would get weird.
Yeah, because I mean, if I would see you change every time like a notification went off on my phone, I would see you react to it. That would be a red flag to me.
But the thing with me, like this was the base of like our kind of just arguments in the beginning of the relationship is like it would trigger me. So he would see it as like a red flag, like we're about to fight about it. But for me, it was a trigger. And so what I needed from you at the time was for you to be safe, to like show me that this is a safe thing, like it's not what you think it is here, like it's okay. And eventually over time, again, like it's like feeding a stray cat who wants to bite your hand. Eventually they're gonna come around and be like, cool. But you seeing me respond and like react because I'm being triggered made you put your walls up immediately because you're like, we're about to fight. And so then it literally was so like that to me was the worst thing you could have done, because now I'm like, why is he being defensive? Oh hell no, he got something to hide. No, but that's how I interpret it. And then also when you would get mad at me for asking, I'm like, nah, he's hiding something, because it was like you were also being triggered by me, and I was being triggered by your phone type shit. And it was so like it was like mix and pull of the both of us battling our own PTSD from our own past toxic relationships. So yeah. I know you guys are like, Alicia's the only toxic one, and I understand that because I have definitely portrayed it, or like made it seem that way, because I'm not gonna talk about your shit on my stories and shit. Yeah. It's me. You guys are following me for me. So, but he also had it, and we had to overcome that together.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, my thing was I'm not gonna show you, because every time it happened, but that was mainly because when I did show it in my last relationship, it did nothing.
See, and it would have done something for me, and you just didn't know that.
But the signs, everything was the same. So I'm like, no, this is the way you need to learn, because I'm not doing anything. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you see it or not, because it's not gonna change the way you act. Yeah. So no, you don't need to see anything.
So one of the questions,
learn how to trust.
Speaking of, because you said that, one of the questions is, have you ever come to a point where you wanted to break up? And I can speak for myself. Those were the moments where I would like go home in my own apartment, and I would sit there and I would think like, do I want to do this? Because in my eyes, you were responding bad. You were responding piss poor. And you were also unwilling to I didn't see... This is going to sound bad, and I don't want you to like judge me. This isn't past. But you were unwilling to be a safe place for me. You were unwilling to show me like, it's okay. It's my brother. It's my sister. It's my best friend from college. It's like a girl that is a friend. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, you were unwilling to even show me that it was safe. And so I'm like, I have to blindly have faith in him. And it was like, that's one of the most at that moment in my life, it was like absolutely impossible, because there's no fucking way. And all I wanted was to find a man who would just be like, it's okay, let me fix your little band, like let me fix your holes real quick, let me show you, because I used to think shit like that was normal until it was proven to me that it wasn't. And so if you could have just been like the normal safe and just shown me, it would have been better.
I don't think that's that's the normal safe thing.
What do you mean?
And I don't think that's what you needed.
Yes, I do.
Because that's what I mean when I say it's not trusting someone is like a drug, and you need to go cold turkey. That's what I mean. Well, you needed to be like, no, because me giving you a little bit of, here, I'll show you, is like me giving you a little bit of that untrust drug, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I have my fix. But I don't think you're really gonna trust me unless you go cold turkey. In a sense, I know myself, and I disagree only because I do think that you are correct to a certain extent.
if you still would have showed me and you would have shown me, it would have I would still
In
have
certain instances.
I would have still had to come to the decision to just stop asking him and trust him cold turkey. Just trust him. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been easier for me in the long run to just be like, you've seen the proof. Stop asking him. It's okay. Because I would have known to trust you, and I would have been like, he's safe. Trust me. But I had to trust that you were safe without any proof. And that shit, those were the moments where I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I don't think, if he's not willing to come forward a little bit for me, then why the fuck am I going to do this? And that's when I almost broke up with you. But I'm really glad that I didn't, because, like, I knew when I left my toxic ass relationship, the reason why is because I wanted to see if there was something better, and I was never going to find something better. I was never going to be happy. I was never going to be truly loved the way that I deserve to be loved if I didn't fucking allow it. So, even if I like would say this all the time, if it wasn't you, even if I ended it with you and I found like the perfect man on paper, the perfect dude, I still wouldn't be able to trust him. Even if he was completely trustworthy and just like was literally checked off every single thing ever, I still wouldn't be able to trust it. And it's because I needed to work on me, not the man, me. So I toughed that shit out, bro. And ooh, fuck me. That was hard.
I feel like I remember saying that to you too.
Fuck you. I came
Like,
up with that on myself.
It's not my duty to make you trust.
You did say that. But I was like, but you could help. I was so angry with you. And it really pissed me off when you would get mad at me for asking. Because then I was like, well, now I can't ask. And I'm like wallowing in my misery over here. It was so bad. Anyways, what about you? Was there any moments where you were like, fuck this bitch?
I think when I would come over to your crib and not know if I'm going to get cool Alisha or I'm going to get
What you talking about?
crazy Alisha.
What the fuck do you mean? Because when I would call you, be like, we need to talk? That was because you did something fucked up. So how you going to break up with me?
You would come, it would come out of nowhere just because somebody says something on you live or something.
Hell
and then
no,
I
you
would
were
come
still
over,
nah,
and
bitch.
then not even knowing, I just get jumped with attitude.
And you thought you were going to break up with me when that shit happens.
Consistently.
Bitch.
I was like, okay, this is the same.
Well, then don't be on Tinder consistently, bitch. What the fuck do you mean? Yes, you were. You think, oh, wait, you weren't. You weren't. I forgot. Wait, so his ex created profiles. And y'all don't know this, but oh my God. So when I went to my first girls trip, by the way, we have another girls trip coming and I'm so excited to go. Okay, but before that, I would get random DMs from spam accounts like, hey, I just matched with your guy. And it would piss me off because when we first really started liking each other, I don't even know if I had taken you officially out the friend zone yet. Sometimes I'd pick up his phone and my hands do whatever they want to do. But if you like swipe, I can't even, if you swipe down a certain way, you could see recents. Like,
it's not recents.
But
I Googled it just for you.
But Tinder would pop up and I would literally, like, all I would be doing, you guys, is handing his phone to him and it was God.
Somehow,
that's who it was. It was God. God would show me Tinder and I would be like, you still have this? And like, you're on it? And it was like, it literally, to me, it was like recents. And I would bruh. And then on top of that, I would get DMs. I just matched with your boy. And then I'm like, okay, can you send me screenshots? And I'd get all of them. And it was like his pictures. This man had a photo that I took of him on your profile. Do you remember that? It's okay. I friend zoned you, so I'll allow it. But I was heated. Anyways.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I probably did.
Yeah, you did, bitch. It's fine. We were just friends. And you had that nasty goatee anyway, so no one was going to swipe on you. Anyways, but it was just, and he would say, I promise. And so again, like, when I tell you I had to blindly trust him and how difficult it was, I need y'all to understand that there was evidence in my face telling me not to. And then I'd literally had to take his word for it. And I prayed so heavy.
This was during the friend stage.
This was after we started dating too, because I was in Italy in September.
But some of it was during.
Some of it was during, some of it was after, and I prayed so heavy for you, like, and for us, and like on you. And every time God told me the third time, there was 3 times, but he was like, "Do you trust me?" Like, rude, audacious, and I was like, "Damn, fuck, okay." No, he gave me attitude. It was like I'm praying. I'm like, God, tell me right now, because I'm not playing around. I'm not doing this again. If he's not the one, and he literally clear as day. Do you trust me? And I was like, fuck. And then here we are. I definitely didn't say that to myself. It was definitely God. It was rude as hell. Anyways, I went to Italy, and my biggest, you guys know, when I would leave like if I walked out the door to go to work, my ex would use that opportunity to watch porn. He like waited till the door clicked for me and he'd turn it on. And so that left an imprint on me. He'd also like leave for months, and I knew that's what he was doing. And I was like, if I'm gone, if I'm not there, the man that I'm with is going to be doing something sketchy. So for months leading up to Italy, I would get these random, I matched with you boy on Tinder. So I'm leaving for Italy for 9 days. And the anxiety that I had the entire trip. So if you're from that Italy trip and you were like, Alisha was a little weird, I promise you I was trying my best, but the anxiety was eating me alive. And I wish I would have been open about it, but I didn't want anyone to know that yet. I don't know. I couldn't talk about it. Even if people were like, I'm sure he's fine. But also if I was like telling all these 17 girls, like, but I keep getting DMs that he's on Tinder. While I'm in Italy, I get another DM. I matched with your boy while you're out of the country. And I was like, and if I would have said all these to these 17 girls, I'd have been like, fuck Quincy, we're going to kill him when we get home. Like, it would have been crazy. So I didn't say anything.
7 p.m. we ride.
But the anxiety was insane. And I woke up one morning in Italy, and of course we're like fucking 12 hours apart. I don't know, 10 hours, 9 hours. And I'm like, Quincy, it was my worst fear. Realized I'm gone, there's nothing I can do, and he's on Tinder. And it ended up being a fake account. You like showed it to me somehow. You were like, whatever, your friend, you're like, I even asked my friend to make it was like a verified account. Do you remember? It was like verified. And I was like, but we figured out that it wasn't you. We figured out what the email was, and it definitely was a spam email.
Good times.
How did we get into that? That was the
good
worst.
times back then.
No, it was bad times. Why? Don't be crazy against me. Like, that was so bad. Okay, next one.
Okay, this one kind of goes along with it. Do you ever crave chaos subconsciously?
I can say yes.
In a toxic relationship is what it, yeah.
Well, coming from a toxic relationship, did you crave chaos subconsciously in this healthy one? And I did, but I didn't. Yeah, it was subconscious. I crave, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when we would argue, I really, like, expected the gaslighting, if you will, the manipulative, like, I love you, I would never do this to you, reassurance. And you never gave me the manipulative reassurance. You just wouldn't.
Yeah.
You never said it. You still don't ever say shit that you don't mean. So I wasn't getting that, and I would be like, do you fucking love me? I don't know. It was literally so bad.
Are you at least going to say it?
Like, even if you don't mean it, bro. Like, fucking say you love me. And he wouldn't give that to me, and I would be, like, in my feelings. I'm like with my sheets, like, what is happening?
And I'm like, no, ma'am, we're not going to get to that point.
Yeah.
Where we fix
what
the problem is. And then... yes, I will reassure you that, yes, I still love you. I still like you. I still
what about you?
You. I don't think
crazy?
I ever craved it.
Because I can give you crazy.
I think I had enough of it. I think I have enough. I never really craved it. Yeah. In some ways, I think when I did crave it, it would just, I would joke with you. It would never be like serious, but I would, you know how you could be like, oh wow, you put that over there. Like, you would just cause like little jokes that are like, that could be considered toxic.
Yeah, I think you still do that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Because you definitely, you did that like the other day. And I was like, you toxic.
Yeah, it's just like in a playful way. It's like
it's not for real.
Yeah.
You promise?
It's like role play.
Ew.
We role play with every other thing. In other ways. It's just a
fine. I'll be your
crazy
psycho chick.
But I only want to play with it. I don't want it to be the real thing anymore.
Q, when did you know Alisha was the one? What made you click?
That's
I'm on pins and needles over here, guys. Just kidding. I'm on the edge of my seat.
When did I know you were the one? I don't know if there was like one instance that I could say I was like, oh yeah, she's the one.
I think
there was
You were holding Finn.
Yeah, Finn
and you were like, this is it.
Finn was the deciding factor. It was like, is this guy really, is he really cute? Can I roll with him? You know, does he like me for real?
Oh, he loves.
He would attack my knees every time I came in the house, but is that love?
Yes.
Like, no, I don't know if there was a deciding factor or like a deciding time that I can remember. I would say the first time I met you, I was like, okay, this girl different.
Period.
Than what than what I've talked to before. And I was like, I like her a lot. And then you would cook, I'd come over, you'd cook. We literally would just talk so easily. And then when that would happen, there'd be another moment in my head. I'm like, okay, all right, who's this woman?
Who's this girl?
And then, you know, in a relationship, you'll throw stuff out. You'll be like, are you down to do this?
Oh.
Are you the type to do this? And they're like, yeah. And then we actually do it. And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So there was like multiple times where I was like, all right, this girl might be the one.
Is the one for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it still happens to this day. I'm like,
Bookie.
what?
Don't bookie me.
I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man. I'm Black Superman. Oh my God. Okay. What is the one that I'm thinking of right now? No. It was like.
We got keys to a healthy long-term relationship.
No, it was the one where when she friend zoned you, how did you know? Did you think that was gonna last, or what is that one? Did you know y'all were gonna date when she tried to friend zone you?
Yeah.
You can tell them. I'll admit it. You know what I'm talking about. We talked about this last night. You motherfucker.
I don't have to say that, but you know, I did know we would date.
How?
Because I know you liked me, bro. I know you. Okay, you know when when you've seen somebody in a toxic relationship and they don't want to believe that they found a good relationship, so they like try to push you away.
No, I've never done that before in my life.
Yeah, I believe you. That's what that was. Like when you pushed me away after I could see, because the night before we were literally cuddling and you did not want to leave my side. You did. We were kissing, doing all that, and the next day you're like, I think we should just be friends. We can't do this anymore. And then literally 10 minutes later, you're asking me why I'm not holding you.
I did.
You're like, I was like, okay. Once you said it, I was like, all right. So I mean, I'll just sit over here on the couch and we'll be friends. And you're like, you're like looking at me like, we can still like cuddle.
Yeah, get over here.
And I'm like, all right, yeah.
If you've never been cuddled by a 6'4" giant of a man, it's really nice. Makes you feel very safe. Like, yeah, get over here. Friends make each other feel safe, don't they, Quincy?
They do.
Take your pants off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, she just needs to get her mind right.
Okay. What are your attachment styles? And you ever struggle with them? We could talk about that, yeah?
I mean, I just learned about them yesterday.
Yeah, we had to look this up because even I didn't. I only knew one. It was, two, anxious and secure. And we read them and we discovered that he is fearful, avoidant.
Fearful, avoidant, and he's a golden child? What is it?
Hell no. Secure. Secure now.
It was golden something, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me read it. Fearful, avoidant attachment. Fearful, avoidant people tend to be a mix between anxious and avoidant. There seems to be an ebb and flow of wanting closeness but not really knowing about how to get it. Growing up, these people may have had one caregiver who served as a point of distress, whether they were an anxious present or even abusive. When the child went to their caregiver for comfort, for some reason they were unable to provide it. As an adult, this person may assume that they aren't enough in a relationship and that they'll get hurt, so they go between seeking comfort and withdrawing. According to someone with a fearful, avoidant attachment may partake in self-criticism.
Which I do all the time.
Yes. Suddenly withdraw as a relationship gets close and respond poorly to others' negative emotions. Hello. We discussed that shit. Secure attachment. This one right here is the idea, what Carabello calls the gold standard.
That's what it was.
Okay, golden boy. A partner with secure attachment style tends to be more calm and trustworthy in their relationship. Some people may already have the style and they don't know it. Someone can have a secure attachment style from their childhood or developed in adulthood through working with a therapist or on their own. Children who have secure attachments were able to be calmed down if ever in distress and express joy when seeing their caregiver. People with secure attachment styles have the ability to cope with being alone, can express when they need support, have the ability to self-regulate emotions.
Yeah. I think I was definitely fearful avoidant for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it, not knowing what it was, but just noticed my actions because I've always been somebody who's I looked inward.
Yeah, you do.
And once I noticed that, I'm like, okay, I need to regulate my emotions. I need to be able to trust.
Yeah.
Not even with my last relationship. The ex, it was early relationships.
Yeah.
I just had trust issues and for no reason.
Oh.
And I'm like, if I'm ever going to be happy in a relationship, I have to trust. Like, regardless of what that person does, that person could cheat. But internally, I need to trust that I'm going to be okay, even if she does do that or whatever. So, yeah, definitely had to work on that. And I think I am that.
Secure?
Yeah,
older boy?
secure.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do we still have little signs of fearful, avoidant,
Yeah.
negative when reacting to negative emotions from someone else? Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I PMS'd on him the other week, and he had a negative reaction to that. In my opinion, I was upset.
We're getting better.
You hurt my feelings.
We're getting better, though.
Made me feel like I was trash. Anyways.
You're just so harsh with it, you know?
Yeah, I don't appreciate. I'm hormonal. I'm PMSing. God. Anyways, what was I gonna say? He's very good at like I noticed. I recognized this when we first started dating. He's just like good with emotions. For me, I was an overthinker. I'm not very much anymore, but I would just dwell on the negative shit and just harp on it. And I got this from my mom. I would play victim, and I'd be like, I'm unlovable. I'm not good enough. Like all these things. And this is proof. Like if you said you did the dishes wrong, I would be like, and just wallow in that misery type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so if we ever got into a really big fight where like my actions and my characters coming into play, it would just be like even worse. And I would just wallow in it. And I was like, how do you not let this get to you? And you were just like, I move on, right? It was like so simple. What was your motto? I forgot.
For things like that?
Yeah, like, no. I know what it was.
What was it?
When someone did you dirty, you're like, I just know this is just who they are. They just showed you who they are, and you just like move on.
Yeah. It's the popular quote. I think Maya Angelou said it. It's like when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
And then once they do, move accordingly. You now know that. Don't act like you don't know it anymore. Yeah. And just expect that. If you expect them to do that, then they can't disappoint you.
Yeah.
So.
My thing was like someone had like really disrespected me and just hurt my feelings, and it would bothered me because I was like, you know, I'm supposed to like you for the rest of our lives, and you're gonna be in my life, and I can't get over this. Like you're an asshole for this. And he was like, but this is just who they are. Like you can't. Why get mad at them? You're not gonna fix them. It's not up to you to fix them. Why are you going to let it get to you? Why are you letting it like ruin your day? Why are you marinating on it? This is just who they are. It is what it is. Move on. And I was like, how can you do that? And he was like, I don't know. I just move on. And then I was like, I want to be like that because I'm such a wallower at times. And I used to be way more than I am now, but now I'm more like you, where I'm just like, okay, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Move on. Stay in my lane. I'm going to stay out of your lane because your lane is crazy.
I think I did a lot of growing during the college years, because I was in small cities.
Yeah.
And I didn't know much of anybody.
Yeah.
So I was by myself a lot. And so when people back home would do things, you know, you got people back home you're talking to, and you would hear things happen back home, and you would be like, you would just be sad, or you didn't expect this person to cheat on you.
Yeah.
You're talking to him, and you would just be sad, but you're in the city by yourself.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're just going to sit there and be sad?
Yeah.
You're just going to be like, okay, I now know that that person could potentially do that. So I can't be mad at it. I can't be sad at it. Just sit here all day and just be sad. So I had to do a lot of inward thinking.
I'm glad that you grew in college, because I feel like some people went to college and they put a pause on growing the fuck up, and then they didn't start until after college.
Yeah, I could see that possible, going to a D1 and just being in the crowd and doing all that.
Yeah.
But
okay, so let me get back real quick. I was a avoidant attachment. On the other hand, this is what it says: a person with avoidant attachment tries not to get too close with others for the fear of getting hurt. Not me. They may not actively seek out romantic or platonic partnerships and may minimize their emotions. Not me. As a partner, they may break up with someone before things get too serious. What?
well, yeah.
Never. Or keep their emotions hidden, so you never really know what they're thinking. Don't do that. Avoidant attachment needs a long time to trust someone. What? Shuts down during conflict.
Check.
Struggles to reach out when they need help. Be accused of pushing people away.
Do we have enough room on this paper?
I'm literally check. So that was me when we got it together. What are your love languages, my love? Talk to me dirty.
My love languages. Number 1 is definitely physical touch.
Yeah, it is.
2 is quality time. What are the other ones? Acts of service.
Words of affirmation, gift giving.
Gift giving. Gift giving, I guess, would be 3rd.
Ooh.
Or no. Acts of service is definitely 3rd.
Okay.
And then gift giving, and then words of affirmation.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
I do not trust words at all.
See, and I still don't know if I trust words, but unfortunately for me, it literally physically calms me down. Like, I'll be like, do you love me? And it feels like I'm on the edge of a cliff, like I'm waiting for your response. And I know what the answer is, but I'm still waiting for it. And then the second you say it, this is what it feels like. I'm literally not exaggerating. I wish I was. When you say it, I'm like, literally, it's a physical calming when you give me my words. And since you don't fucking speak it, it's like at the bottom of your totem pole. I'm over here drowning. I'm just kidding. Mine is number 1, quality time. But like these 3 are pretty much tied, the percentage wise. Quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation. At the very bottom, because I'm so wildly independent, gift giving, sprinkle, I'll just buy it myself. Also, I have a fear of asking for something because my parents were very poor when we were growing up, and I was always told no. Definitely led to me being a little kleptomaniac when I was a kid because I was like, fine, I'll just get it myself. Terrible. But like, I'm afraid to ask for nice things or whatever. So that's at the bottom because I'm just like, I'll just do it myself. And then acts of service at the bottom. Once again, I'm afraid to ask for help, avoidant attachment. So I'll just do it myself. But I do appreciate you speak all of the love languages fluently. You give me all of those things without me even having to beg for it or ask for it. I mean, except for words of affirmation, that's just one thing that you just don't get. You're like, why do I have to tell you if it's obvious? I'm like, because it's not. But everything else you do speak, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I don't need you. I don't need you to talk me off the cliff, if you will.
Yeah.
But just your words alone is literally a relaxing feeling. It just gives me so much peace.
Yeah.
So I don't need it. Like, I'm not anxious for it, but it does make me feel so good. So.
Yeah. And I'm definitely working on the words of affirmation. And a lot of it has to do with my last relationship, which I'm trying to break that. But it was, I would, in that relationship, I would give words of affirmation. I would be like, what are you talking about? I'm not like, and I would just talk and it would just go nowhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I have to show it. And so I'm like, so in this relationship, I'm literally showing you.
Yeah. And I'm like, but do you love me? Say it.
Yeah. And so in that last relationship, me giving my words and it not go anywhere, I'm like, I'm not giving words. Like, words mean nothing.
Yeah.
And so in this relationship, I'm like, okay, I got to get past my own frustration.
Yeah.
And be like, no, she needs words.
God will put the people in your life that are meant to break you out of the comfort zones that you have placed on yourself to keep you in one space. Like, they will give you a safe person to push your boundaries, to help you grow so that you can be loved the way that he loves you, like that unconditional love. Mm-hmm. You were that for me. I do feel like I'm that for you.
For sure.
We are besties. One of the one of the questions is like honeymoon phase. How do you stay in that, or does it ever end? And I'll be honest, I don't feel like it's ended, and that was a shocker for me because I remember being a little nervous to move in with you when I did, because I was like, well, fuck, we're not gonna like each other as much anymore. And that's the polar opposite. Like, I'll be out. We live together. I wake up next to you, and I'll go out and run some errands, and I'm like, I want to text Quincy this funny shit, and I'm like, oh, I should probably wait because I could tell him in person. But something will happen, and I'm with you, and I want to tell you.
Yeah.
You'll be gone for 2 weeks, and those are the fucking worst. I'm like, bruh, because I just want to, like, talk to you all the time. I can't wait to see you, even if I know that I'm going to see you later that night. I look forward to, like, cooking dinner and then sitting on the couch with you and rotting. I look forward to going out with you if we're going to go out on the weekends. I look forward to, like, not going out on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just, like, you're my number one, and you're my best friend, and that the honeymoon phase doesn't feel like it's over. Maybe in, like, some where you get, like, butterflies because you don't know how he's going to respond if I do, like, if I dress up sexy or some shit. Like, that type of stuff is kind of not there anymore because I already know how he's going to respond. But for me, it still feels new. Like, it feels fun. It feels exciting. It feels joyful. It feels love. Like, I feel all those things. So.
Yeah. I saw that question too, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, I think
we're still in it.
it.
Yeah. It may end when we get kids or some shit, you know, or if we've got, like, fucking packed and full busy jobs. But even then, for me, but I also know for you, we love spending our time, the time that we have together, we cherish. Like, it means so much to us. And we also have all these love languages that we speak fluently to each other, and we need it. Like, I know that I need to just spend quality time with him, even if we're just scrolling on TikTok, to feel loved. So even if we were fucking swamped, I feel like we are going to prioritize our me time. And it just so happens that my me time is even more enhanced when it's with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
Gang, gang. Anything else?
Question-wise?
Yeah, Buki. What are your 5-year goals? Do you want to hit that or no?
That's a tough one for me. I mean, I've already been thinking about my 5-year goals, and that's
good.
An interesting one. I don't know.
I
honestly have an answer for that one.
Like, I have goals. So here's his thing. He has goals, but then his logical side kicks in literally and, like, punts it down as the left fucking field. And so he's like, is that really ideal, Quincy? Is that really plausible? And then he's like, no, I guess it isn't. Nah, 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 nah. So let's just say fuck logic. And as a dreamer, my 5-year goal is to be married to your uglies, have a house, a pretty one, be a multi-millionaire. Because I want to say, but you know what? Just for 5 years, millionaire. 10 years, multi-millionaire. Like, I feel like millionaire is not, like, anymore. But I need it to be. I would love to have a new car, and I mean, like, a luxury car. I have motion. This is not just, like, for my, like, vanity. I actually have severe motion sickness in its ass. And the Honda CR-V that I drive is so wobbly, I'm driving it makes me sick. Like, what the fuck? So I just want, like, I've driven in luxury cars, and they're so nice. Like, they're just steady. I wish I could write that off as a medical expense. Like, I need a luxury car. Yeah. And I want Finn to be alive, but I know that's probably, like, out of my control. But those are my goals. Do I even have a plan on how that's going to happen? I have an idea. And I would say that there's a plan. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to die, but I'm aiming for that. So, yeah, those are my goals. Those are my goals. Fuck it. What about you? Great
goals. I mean, for me, I've been trying to soul search, if you will. And I've been doing some is that what you called?
I have no idea.
In retrospect, I think that's what it's called. But I have been thinking, like, in high school, my goal was I want to be NBA, or if anything, I want to be overseas. And so I put that goal up there. And was that a crazy goal? Yeah, but I got there. Like, it was right there.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, since that time, I'm like, man, what's my goal now? What's my crazy dream if I need to have a dream?
Yeah.
And I'm like, is being a actor and, like, acting superstar, is that big enough? I'm like, or should I do something higher? So, I mean, in my 5-year goals, I would say being an actor, being big on social media, having a social media presence, and being more outspoken.
Yeah.
Like I wanna blossom like Alisha has. I want to be more vocal like you. And so I think in that time, yes, a house, yes, marriage.
To me.
To you.
Words of affirmation. I just needed to hear him say it. Okay.
Yes, to your ugly.
Ugly.
Yeah, I think those are my 5-year goals.
So I gotta say this real quick before we wrap up. When I hit 30s, like when I was in my 20s, I was like, I need to be an Oscar-winning actress. I need to host SNL. Da, 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 da. Now that I'm in my 30s, I kind of sit down. I'm like, okay, let's be realistic. These might not happen. Are you gonna die? It's gonna feel like it. But what is it about these things that you wanted? And for me, it's like I just want to do what I love. I love being in front of the camera. I love having an audience. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So now I still am, like, I'm actually doing what I love. Is it what it looked like when I was 18, 19, 25? No. But I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's the core. Like, what is the core? Like, this is the dream, but why is it the dream? What's here at the foundation? I'm like, oh, I want to do what I love. I love fashion. I love style. And I love entertaining people. And I'm actually doing all of these things. So as long as I'm still doing it in 5 years, but I'm also a multi-millionaire in 10, like I'm breaking my generational curses, and I'm the first woman in my family to be a millionaire, and I'm just like setting my kids up, that to me, and I'm doing what I love to do. Style, fashion, making people laugh. I win. I don't have to. I realize now, I'm like, oh, I don't have to host SNL, but I still love to. Fuck yeah, like put me on the show, bitch.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be happy. And that's just, if you've ever thought, like, what are your big ass dreams? Figure out why. What is that why? And then what can you do now that satisfies that why? And that's your purpose. That's you're still fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah.
And then just work towards the big shit, you know?
So you got me.
I got you.
I need help on that.
I got you, babe.
Because we're currently soul searching. What do I love?
Me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, fitness, I would say, style, and you're entertaining. Like, that's one of the reasons why we like I linked with you in particular, is because your funny ass TikTok that you had. It was super cute, and you're entertaining. So you and me are basically the same person. You just gotta fulfill that. Mm-hmm. And the doors, like, last thing, when you start doing the healthy shit, the healthy people will come to you. And that's what happened with me. I got my healthy people. I have healthy friends. It's like the safest and the most incredible life I've ever had. And it's because I finally was like, let me get healthy. When you start doing what you love, the doors will open for you. And all of a sudden, you're going to get paid for what you love. You're going to, like, all the doors will open. But it's something about just allowing your light to shine. People are drawn to it, and the right people will be drawn to it. And then they will fling wide the doors. And it's like, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's science, but it's Alisha science.
Yeah.
It's girl math.
It's great. It's great math.
All right, babes. We're going to wrap this up. I love you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
I love you too. It was great.
We got to cook some pork shoulder, y'all. I'll see you guys. Oh, I'll see you next Tuesday. That's how I end it. Because you're looking at me like, what'd you call me?
I'm like, yeah, I will. Duh.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
But I also love you. Bye.